In the heart of Los Angeles, a city where dreams and nightmares intertwine, Iana Kasian, a 30-year-old former prosecutor from Ukraine, sought a new beginning. Leaving behind her career in law, she embraced the vibrant Californian life, working as a model and immersing herself in the culture. It was here that she crossed paths with Blake Leibel, a Canadian émigré from a wealthy family, known for his ventures into graphic novels and filmmaking. Their whirlwind romance soon led to an engagement, and in May 2016, they welcomed their daughter Iana into the world. Beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect life, darkness loomed. Leibel's creative works, particularly his graphic novel Syndrome, delved into macabre themes, exploring the mind of a serial killer and depicting unsettling imagery. Friends and acquaintances began to notice a shift in his demeanor. He had growing obsession with control and a detachment from reality. In the weeks following Iana's birth, Iana's mother Olga, visiting from Ukraine to support her daughter and granddaughter, sensed something was amiss. Iana became increasingly unreachable, her phone calls unanswered, and her vibrant personality dimmed. Concerned, Olga reached out to the authorities, urging them to check on her daughter's well-being. On May 26, 2016, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the couple's West Hollywood apartment. After a tense standoff, they forced entry, uncovering a scene that would haunt even the most seasoned investigators. Iana's body lay on the bed bearing unimaginable marks. The autopsy later revealed the horrors she had been through, a chilling parallel to the atrocities depicted in Leibel's own graphic novel. The investigation painted a harrowing picture of Leibel's descent into madness. Jealousy over the attention Iana devoted to their newborn daughter, coupled with his need for dominance, culminated in an act of pure evil. Prosecutors highlighted the eerie similarities between the crime and the narrative of his book, suggesting a blurring of lines between fiction and reality in Leibel's mind. The trial captivated the public, not only for its gruesome details, but also for the questions it raised about the influence of violent media on a disturbed psyche. In June 2018, Blake Leibel was convicted of first-degree murder, torture, and aggravated mayhem, receiving a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Iana Kasian's tragic end serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk behind closed doors and the importance of vigilance in the face of unsettling behavior. I always believed that creation and destruction were two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. I told myself that for years, justifying my thoughts, my obsessions, and my desires. I had everything: money, privilege, a family name that carried weight. But none of it mattered. None of it filled the empty void. I needed something more. Something real. The world praised me for my imagination. My stories were dark, violent, grotesque. But they weren't just stories to me. They were pieces of something much deeper, an urge that had been growing inside me, gnawing at the edges of my mind. I spent years suppressing it, until the day I met Iana. That's when it became uncontrollable. She was perfection, a delicate, flawless creation, something to be cherished, adored, and in the end, destroyed. At first, I played the role of the doting fiancé and father-to-be. She completely believed in love and family, and she believed in me. There was hidden beauty in how easily she trusted and how fragile that trust was. But trust is a weakness, and weaknesses can be exploited. The night it happened, I felt something shift inside me, like a switch flipping in my brain. The moment had arrived. No more waiting, no more pretending. I locked the door of our West Hollywood apartment. Iana sat in the bedroom, cradling our newborn daughter, completely oblivious to the danger behind her. Her innocence excited me. Never before had I seen her look so perfect. I slowly moved round towards her. But that's not when the fear began. At first it was confusion. Her eyes narrowed as I gripped my hands around her wrists and forced her on the bed. She said my name, softly and uncertain, not knowing that I had already decided how this would end. I demanded her attention, the blade suspended in the narrow space between us. I wanted to see the fear in her eyes, the realization that she was no longer safe and that everything she knew about me was a lie. The first moment was the most satisfying. It unfolded exactly as I had scripted it, like déjà vu intensified, so natural, so inevitable, so empowering. The way the silence broke, and the way her voice echoed through the apartment halls, it was a kind of music to me, a symphony no one else could appreciate in the same way. But I wasn't done. I wanted complete control over the moment. I wanted to strip her of everything, her dignity, her beauty, her trust, and her very identity. I wanted to reduce her to nothing. I enacted a scene I had always imagined. It felt so surreal. The life in her eyes dimmed, flickering like a candle in the wind. But this wasn't the ending. Not yet. I moved through the moment with the precision I had always rehearsed, each detail falling exactly as I had envisioned. Her movements faltered, the last hint of resistance dissolving as the moment reached its inevitable conclusion. A beautiful silence. I stepped back, admiring my work. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was more perfect than I could ever imagine. It told the story of creation and destruction, captured in its rawest moments. The next day, the police found me in the apartment, her body beyond recognition. They called it the most brutal murder in Hollywood history. But they don't understand. This wasn't a murder. This was my greatest body of work. This was my masterpiece,